Okay, so in this video, what I want to do now is answer 3C. What's happened is you've got two notes that are being played in bars 27 through 28, and that what they're looking for is a smooth glide or a slide from one note to the next. So in the first instance, what I recommend that you do is you highlight bars 27 through 28. So I'll just go up into bars 27 through 28. Here are the two notes. I'm going to highlight and I'm going to loop that. So either right click in this and select loop or Command L. Now that I know exactly where they want me to focus on this, I'm going to open up my editor, which you can click on down here. These are my two notes. Let me just zoom out just a little bit. So my two notes basically are this one down here. This is an E4, and this one up here, which is an E5. There are a few ways that you can get this, these two to bend together, but this I think is the fastest and I think the easiest. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically extend out my lowest note, and I'm going to automate that pitch to go all the way up to an octave. So I'm going to get this E5 in the first step. I'm going to delete that. I'm then going to go down to my E4 note, my lowest note, and I'm going to drag that all the way through to the very, very end where E5 was. Now that I've got this very, very long note, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go back into my chords and just make sure that in my time, tone, and volume area, that the pitch bend, which is down here, I need to make sure that this is on an octave or 12. I think by default, yeah, it's on 5 by default. So what you may need to do is click on 12 like that, and you now have an octave. So now that the pitch bend is able to go up to an octave, I'm now going to go back into my clip. I now need to make this go up by an octave. So go into your envelope section, which is here. And again, in a previous model of Ableton, you may need to go over here to this area. But in Ableton 12, click on your envelope here. I don't want my operator. What I want to do is go into my MIDI control. By default, it should be on pitch bend, but if it's not, just highlight this and open up this window. Now on the pitch bend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a note here. And I'm going to make another breakpoint at the very end here. Now, if I move this all the way up like this, this will take that first note here, this E4, and it'll bend it all the way up. Now, the only problem with this is that I need to make another breakpoint at the very end of that and then drag this back down again. Now, there's just a few things that I want to mention about this. They want a gradual note going from one to the next, or a gradual bend. I can't stress enough that if your breakpoint was going a bit like this, to where it was going to angle and maybe affect the notes that Edexcel is not asking you to slide, you'll get a mark down for this. So I'm simply going to just make sure that at the very end of this note that that this is going to go back to 0, and effectively this is going to now have a pitch bend of an octave. Okay, let me know if there are any questions.